It's a mess. The EIDL grant program is a mess. And even Ben Cardin can't squirm his way out of what they've done to you as far as promising you that $10,000 to shut your doors, because that's why your business went broke, because you shut your doors. They did it to you. COVID didn't do it to you, says Rand Paul. I'll go over that in a second too. But Cardin is squirming his way. He used to be the front runner for your EIDL grants. He's squirming his way out of it. It's ridiculous. Let me play this clip for you about Cardin trying to get out of, or actually trying to give the money from the EIDL grant program to the Restaurant Revitalization Fund, because he got sued by the Restaurant Revitalization Fund for the same reason he could be getting sued by the EIDL grant program, because he's being prejudiced in trying to get this money to underserved, which they don't really have a clear meaning of underserved, because when they say underserved, it means we'll give it to whoever we want to, and really they don't want to give it to very many people. So if you consider yourself underserved, well, I would never call myself underserved, ever. I will never put myself in that boat. My kids will never put themselves in that boat. Let me go over this video with Cardin trying to squirm his way out of the EIDL grant program. Check it out.
But we were wrong. We were wrong because COVID-19 was more severe than we thought. This is a matter of life or death. There's also a matter of fairness. We have side by side in the exact same circumstances, submitting their applications on the same day, having the exact same need. Both were advised that they would get funding. One got funding before the $28.6 billion was exhausted. The other that was told that they were going to get funding, they won't get funding. That's not right. There's really a matter of the credibility of the United States Senate and of Congress and of government. We say we're going to do something, we should live up to our commitments.
Well,
the urgency of getting this done is now. The urgency is now. The legislation before us takes $36 billion.
That's the EIDL grant money.
Takes $36 billion out of the small business programs. $36 billion.
Enjoy Cardin, people.
So this is paid for by the rescissions that have been made in this legislation.
Look at him squirming.
We are considering that's before us today.
Look at him squirming.
But we always came back and provided the full funding for the programs we've authorized.
Oh, that just makes me laugh to see Ben Cardin just squirming, trying to take the money, give it to the Restaurant Revitalization Fund where we just got sued and lost. Give it to all these other programs where we're getting sued because we're trying to give money to underserved people who we don't even know who underserved people are, but we're saying it because it sounds good. Then Rand Paul comes back and says, I got him on the ropes. I got him on the ropes. So with Rand Paul thinking, this is a good opportunity for the Republicans to take a shot at him, say, no, we're not going to let you rescind the money from the EIDL program. Here's what Rand Paul had to say.
The bill be considered read 3 times and passed, and the motion to reconsider.
So here, when he's asking for the motion to be reconsidered, he's asking for like, yay, yeah, we'll take it. Let's do it. He's asking for the Senate approval. Well, Rand Paul comes along and says, I got a problem with it.
Be considered made and laid on the table.
Is there objection?
Mr. President,
Junior Senator from Kentucky is recognized.
now it has been alleged that, well, the thing is that the restaurants are suffering because of COVID. No, they're suffering because Democrat governors locked them down. This is a man-made phenomenon. The economic disaster that we are in, that restaurants are in, is completely and entirely caused by Democrat governors. In my state, they're suing the Democrat governor because he won't let them open up. So with that, Mr. President, I would object to the unanimous consent.
Objection is heard.
Mr. President,
Senator from Maryland.
I regret the position of my colleague from Kentucky.
Of course you regret it. Of course you regret it. Why? Because you're going to have to keep hearing from us. you're going to have to keep hearing from the ones that you promised $10,000 to. So with that, let me just say this. I watched the Senate hearings this morning up until 5:30 in the morning, hoping that something would come about to where Rosen was there. She could have said, hey, right now I can take 513 and put it in front of the Senate and say, hey guys, can we agree on getting this money out, the EIDL grants? It would have taken her a minute of her time to take that S513 to the floor last night. A minute of her time. If it was on her mind, she would have done it. She did not do that last night. I waited up till 5 in the morning, like I said, 5:30, hoping she would. I heard her voice saying yays and nays with the rest of the senators saying yays and nays with the bills that they approved and the ones they didn't. Last night was a good opportunity, or early this morning, I should say, for the senators, for Jackie Rosen, to have put our bill on the floor. Now, Chucky Schumer should be in the same boat that Andrew Cuomo is in. Andrew Cuomo is getting impeached or quitting because he's lying and he's done these things with the, he's done things, I don't get it for some reason, because he's done things to females that he shouldn't have done. He came on to females and was being, provocative with them and being just a Cuomo, okay? Now, he didn't get in trouble for hiding the thousands of deaths that he caused from nursing homes by sending people who had COVID to the same nursing home and just throwing a big bomb of death into the old folks' homes. He didn't get in trouble for that. No, he got an Emmy for that. He got in trouble for fondling women. Bad idea, but doesn't that seem a little backwards? Anyway, Schumer should be in trouble for lying to you about your grants, we're talking billions of dollars here that he said, hey, I'm going to make sure you guys get your EIDL grants to all small businesses. Now they're taking it and putting it into the Restaurant Revitalization Fund, the infrastructure, and all these other things to try to wash it, hoping you're going to go away. But we're going to let them know we're not going to go away, because what is going to happen here, ladies and gentlemen, is we are going to probably not get our EIDL grants anytime soon. We can take those EIDL grants and put a pin in them. But what the Democrats don't realize, what Schumer doesn't realize, and Cardin, and those that voted against it, is that when election time comes, then we make ourselves known. Guzman, we understand, she is a puppet. Guzman gets a letter from Schumer on what to do next. She's not about the small businesses. She's not trying to help out all small business. She's in the area of small business. She is the small business administrator, but she's really not trying to help out the small businesses right now. She's trying to help out an agenda of the far left, trying to take the money and divert it into their specific categories instead of giving it to small businesses so America can grow bigger and stronger. We know Guzman's that puppet. Now, with Cornyn, we saw him in bed with Schumer and with Cornyn, and Schumer is in bed with Cardin and Padilla and other senators to try to get rid of this EIDL grant, because he's with, hey, give it to the restaurants. I'm okay with giving it to the restaurants if you're going to give it to somebody, anybody in small businesses other than all small businesses, which we should all be a part of. It shouldn't be restaurants, other businesses. It should be small businesses in general. It's just a different area of need. So how they're doing this, I don't know. But if it's going to go to the restaurants, at least it'll go to somebody deserving of it. Restaurants are deserving of it. The SBA announced today the SVOG plan. Let me show that to you. The plan announces to open supplemental grants for shuttered venue operator grant applicants. Today, the Small Business Administration is announcing a call to all eligible shuttered venue operator grant applicants. Okay, here's the part I'm kind of concerned about for you guys, for the shuttered venues, is seeking economic aid for live entertainment, small businesses, nonprofits, and venues. New applicants will be accepted until 11:59 Pacific time on Friday, August 20, 2021. Great. That's awesome. That's amazing. I am so happy that it's going to be available for all of you out there, because the SBA has been such a wash in trying to get these funds allocated or trying to distribute them to those in need. Now they finally got the go ahead and the programs are in place to get them to those in need. The thing is, the program should have been placed in the beginning of the year. We're 8 months in. Now you're giving them till August 20th. You're giving them a week after the weekend is finished. They've got about 6 days of working days to get their applications in. Sounds to me like they'll be able to get a surplus from this too. There's going to be money to pull from this too. So I disagree with, I'm glad they're getting it going, but doesn't it seem like they're doing this frequently? Like, oh, we finally got things worked out for you. Do you get the loan or the grant? But now that you were supposed to have 8 months to do it, now you only got a week to do it. Now that things are in place, you only got a week. There's big problems in the SBA right now, people. And for the small businesses that are being thrown to the wayside right now, I feel for you, because I am one. And it just irks me to know that they're trying to take away your loans, your grants, all of this money to make a surplus to give to this new deal on climate change, which, wait a minute, let's not go back to the 70s here. Let's not go back to love, peace, and climate change when it's really not as big of a deal as they're saying it is with the climate. I care more about my children and your children than I do the weather. The weather's going to come, the weather's going to go. Yeah, there might be influxes here and there on how the weather's acting, but let's not throw our lives away when the rest of the world is taking advantage of us. We may be the poor trailer in a neighborhood of mansions that has a solar panel on our roof. I'm not going to be there. I'm not willing to do that unless the other countries come in and join with this to get all green, and unless it takes a lot less money out of my pocket, this infrastructure deal cannot pass. And I'll tell you why. Yeah, and I've heard some people say, well, throw $40 billion in the $3.5 trillion deal, and that would be great if you got $30 billion for our $10,000 EIDL grant. I am not willing to take a $9,000 or $10,000 EIDL grant now to make my kids pay for bondage in the future. Keep the money. We'll figure it out. We always have. We're small businesses. We run them. They don't run us, and we're going to let them know it come election time. Guys, I'm very pessimistic about what the SBA is doing right now, and that's the truth. They're really in bed with politicians. We've never seen anything like this before, where the SBA and politics have come along to a partisan basis, and now we're just throwing the babies away. Small businesses are in big trouble right now. Got to get rid of Guzman. Got to get rid of our politicians that have taken small businesses and said the middle class is got to go. They're trying to do that right now. If you don't know that, I'm sure you do. If you're watching this, you're probably like, yeah, I understand what you're saying, Speak. Well, guys, don't give up hope. And we're going to keep fighting for that 10K. We're going to keep fighting for that 24 months of working capital. And we're not going to stop. We're going to let them know, especially in due time. We're not even going to let the waves settle. But I'm going to tell you right now, we have not gotten very loud, or as loud as we could. And in a way, it's good that a lion doesn't roar while it's stalking its prey. The roaring is going to be coming up soon, and it's going to be coming up loud and clear for the SBA and the new Biden administration to hear us loud and clear. Guys, we're not giving up on you. I'm not giving up on you. I know McElhone ain't giving up on you. Keep up the good work, Jason. He put out a great video the other day about what is going on right now as far as the Senate and the politicians. And I've kind of gone over some of that in more detail today. But keep up the great work. I liked and tweeted his thing out, Jason McElhone for senator. I would vote for him if he was in my state. Anyway, keep up the good work, all of you. Keep up the fight. And somebody say, hey, I want my 10K.
Yeah.